Life changes on a daily basis. Every minute, every hour, still we try to save it. But I gotta keep moving and making. Happy cause Lord knows life is great.
Welcome everybody to the TruExact Show. I'm here with Brian, and our special guest tonight is Kentucky comedian Charles Moore. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. Yeah, we love having comedians on. We take a break from some of the usual things, so we like spreading it out. Recently, last comedian we had on was Candace Thompson, who's really funny. So you got some people to follow up on, but I got faith in you. How I found you though, really quick, I was scrolling through Twitter, and one of your videos just somehow popped up about you playing or wishing to play basketball growing up, but the joke you said where you had to breathe and stuff and realize you can play. So I laughed and I was like, all right, let me follow him, see if he wants to come on. Lo and behold, that's how it happened. Sorry to bore you all with the story, but that's what it is. So Charles,
I appreciate you having me.
No problem, man. It's really cool to talk to different people, especially in different parts of the country. Yeah. Oh, you're good. We can hear you. You're good. You're good.
Okay. Froze for a second.
Yeah, like we said, it's really cool to talk to people from different parts of the country. We're here in Jersey. You're there in Kentucky. So, first tell us about yourself, where you grew up in Kentucky, if you grew up there or moved there, and how you got into comedy in the first place, man.
All right. Excuse me. So I was born and raised in Elizabethtown, Kentucky. It's about 40 miles south of Louisville. Small town. But for comedy, I wanted to do this as I was a teenager, so I've always wanted to do it. But I was a huge introvert, so it took me a long time to actually work up the courage to get on stage. But since I knew I wanted to be a comedian at a young age, I was still writing jokes. So I've been writing jokes since I was 14, 15. I'm 33 now. So when you say you're an introvert, and it's weird because a lot of comedians that you hear about are introverts. Were you just not you were really shy in high school and middle school, but did you ever think about telling your jokes in middle school or high school, or when did you first get on the stage to tell a joke and realize this might be for you? I mean, I do have something I wanted to do, but I knew I had to get past that mental block. So my close friends and family, they knew I was hilarious, but I was just too shy to actually do anything with that. But
I think
social media actually. Go ahead.
No. I was just going to say, I think introverted people kind of gravitate towards comedy because when you're introverted, you have all your thoughts, you have everything going on inside you, and you're kind of looking for an atmosphere of acceptance for you to be able to put that stuff out there, because being introverted, you're worried about what other people are thinking. And I feel the same way about it. And when you think of stand-up comedy, it's an acceptable place to get those things out in a creative way, rather than being this is what I think. It's a way to make people, it gets you the acceptance because you have the place to do it, and then you also have a crowd that tells you immediately if your thought or whatever you came up with is acceptable or it's not acceptable. And that feeling is it's one of the best and the worst things in the world.
It's a great feeling. I love it.
Oh yeah. Well, when the whole place is laughing, it's the greatest feeling. But when you say one of those things and you get nothing, and you're like, all right, let's keep going. 9 more minutes left.
And it's time to think. How can I switch that up? But
yeah, right. How does someone like you, who was an introvert, get over the bombing aspect? I'm sure you have before. How do you do that if you were shy to begin with?
I'm still an introvert. I mean, if you look at my videos, I'm really holding the mic. You can tell I'm still nervous up there. I'm holding the mic hard as fun. But yeah.
Ellie just joined us, by the way, so this is who we were talking about. Ellie, no, it's fine. This is Charles.
CPT. Charles probably knows all about that.
Nice to meet you.
No, so I mean, I find it fascinating, man, because you know what, Charles, you open my eyes here, because you and Brian sit there and say that introverts are good at comedy. I'm an outtrovert. Is that the opposite?
Extrovert.
That's it.
Extrovert.
That's it.
Outrovert. Yeah, you're an outrovert.
And that would explain why I wasn't good at comedy. So there's an explanation now. You know,
Don't give up on it. Keep going.
oh boy, I'm done. I know I can rap. I can't make comedy. And boy, it showed when I got on stage the second time. So I'm more comfortable doing what I am good at. I'll leave it
All
to
right.
Brian and you.
You
Charles-
did comedy?
But we don't talk about that on this show anymore, Ellie. So, Charles, what joke did you say when you finally got up there that you like had like a sigh of relief that you realized, oh my god, like this is the one I wrote and I wanted that reaction for? Was there like a specific one?
I can't think of a specific one as like when I first started. I had a few minutes of material and I nervously went through it, got a few laughs, and I was slipped into it.
What's your writing process? I know Brian likes to ask that, but I had to take it from him. Like, what's your writing process? Do you take some people might sit outside and just people watch, or just like find things that are going on around the world? How do you sit down and write the jokes?
I mean, it's a little bit of everything. It's whenever I see something funny or something happening, I'll think, what if? And then my brain starts turning, and then I just try to see what could be funny in that situation, and then just keep going over it until I've got a joke.
Jesus, it seems so simple the way you guys say it. Not me. I just overthink. That's my problem. I think that you know what? I should try it again, right? Like I should try it again. I gotta get out
Overthink
there.
is part of the writing process. You start thinking like that. What if that is overthinking it? Like, what if this happened? That's funny. Then what if this? So yeah, it's part of it.
Right.
You also have to be able to embellish a little bit because not every story happens the way that it seems like it goes. You know, you go up on stage, you tell a story. Like I had a story one time. I went up and told a story about us getting pulled over with our friend, and while the whole scenario was funny, how the whole situation played out, I did like stretch on things and said like, oh, this happened, an exaggeration. So you kind of have to be able to like embellish the story, cut out, like don't get married to any part of it and don't get too involved in those pieces because you got to have it move along.
So definitely, you can take creative license and.
It's also helps probably. Go on, Charles. Go on.
Like take creative license, like put two different stories together, like situations from one event and another event, and it's true to an extent, but yeah, together it's funny. Like yeah, you can definitely make some stuff up.
What's the comedy scene like in Kentucky? Like, what do you guys have there?
I'm mostly in Louisville with my comedy. It's a fairly decent comedy scene. They have a club there, the Caravan. We get some decent names coming in, and then there's another club in Lexington, like 70 miles from Louisville.
Now,
the name of it.
you went out to LA. I saw one of your stand-ups. Like you being like a self-proclaimed introvert. Like, how was it to travel out there? Was that like the first time you did comedy outside of your own state?
Well, it was the first time I ever went to California, so that was just eye-opening.
Right.
I've never seen a palm tree before, stuff like that.
Yeah, cool. How was the comedy out there different? Like, did you find yourself telling jokes that you might not have, or you went a different like route with it because of the crowd, or no?
Well, it was only that one show, but I definitely had some material that was specific to that event. Like a joke about it being my first time in LA, but it was a really dope experience being around all those great comedians, like people I've been looking up to for years. So it was really cool.
Who would you say that you kind of model yourself after? Like, who are your main influences?
My main influences are Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock.
That's it. Just them two. God bless.
Those are the top two.
Why those two specifically for you?
I grew up just like seeing them, and I've always been a fan of just the way they present their comedy. Like for Chris Rock, it's not so much comedy, but just really funny social commentary.
Yeah. And even it's the same kind of, I feel like with Dave Chappelle, like obviously Chappelle is Chappelle. he's the god of comedy. But at the same time, like the things that he says, it's almost like it's not what he's saying, it's how he's saying it and how he's acting
Exactly.
it out. Like, I forget which special it was. I think it was his most recent one where he starts talking about Jussie Smollett. And he goes, "You hear about Juicy Smollett?" And it's like the way he's saying it is so funny. And then he's like, "The French actor, the one that got mugged in Chicago." Like
That's
just
what
the way he comes across with all that stuff. Like he's not saying anything. There's not a punchline to it. There's not like anything ridiculous. It's just how he's saying it and why. I mean, they also have like, I feel like when you get these like huge comedians, like when they walk out, like you're already smiling. You almost can't control it. Like think about that for a second. Like when Chris Rock walks out on the stage, like you're smiling. Like he hasn't said a word. All he's just doing is walking out to the mic. Like what is that these people have created? It's like an aura that no matter what media, if you're live watching them, if you're on a computer, if you're on a phone, if you're on TV, wherever, like you immediately smile when these people come out. They could say nothing, and then you would just laugh. It's crazy.
you're expecting. You're expecting something to make you laugh. Yeah.
Right. It didn't work for me. That's for damn sure.
He only did it twice.
And nobody was smiling. So
The same people weren't there 2 times.
we don't know that. Ellie, we get it. The Oakland A's have won 13 in a row. You don't have to wear their fucking shirt.
Hey, no. It's the limited edition Oakland A's as the Warriors in the Warriors colors with
That's-
Bay Bridge. Holla.
Yeah, that's nice.
They're like opposite colors.
Well,
Yeah.
wait, you all talked at the same time. Sorry, what?
That's why I kept talking. I was like, everyone's talking at once.
Charles, I have a question because you're around our age, and when you started comedy, like social media wasn't big. So when it started to pick up in like, I don't know, 2010, 2011, how did you adjust to getting your stuff out there? And did you find that it helped you personally?
Oh, definitely. Like I said, I was writing jokes at 14 and 15, so I've got these jokes with nothing to do with them, and then here comes social media. So I started getting on social media, and specifically Twitter, and start posting these jokes. So people are seeing them, and then actual comedians are saying, like, "Yo, this is funny. Like, this is some good. These are well written. Like, this is good. You should consider this." Like, yeah.
You found the toxic network of social media and utilized it to your advantage. I also saw you recently. One of your tweets went viral when you just simply typed "Shut up, Van Jones." So
Thank you.
Listen, I like Van Jones, so I can't knock him. But it made me laugh because it got like that's all he typed, and it got like 1 million retweets and like 5,000 likes.
I'm gonna go like it now.
The power of social media.
Yeah, fucking. So did you? How do you deal with the hate if you get any on social media though? Because I'm sure you get some. Everyone gets some. So
You
like,
can't please everybody.
right? Do you just ignore it, let it roll off your back, or just like, do you ever engage and get mad like me, or no?
Because they're trying to use that against you. Like, I rarely engage with the haters.
The trolls. Yeah.
Yeah, I had one that said I was a knockoff Hannibal Buress, and I was like, "You watched enough of my material to make that very accurate assessment. I'm not even mad at you."
Right.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, that's a compliment. I would be like, thank you so much. Like, peace be with you. That was a very nice thing to say.
Yeah, you know what's funny? I was telling Scott this the other day because we rap, we make music, right? So we put out songs, we put out videos. So what I do is I'll go on like Facebook or something like that, and I'll go on like Royce the 5'9's page, and I'll just go to his most recent post, and I'll copy and paste our video in the comments so people could watch it.
This did happen, yeah.
Whatever. So usually nobody ever says it. Like I never see any comments back from it, no notifications. So I see one like a week ago, and I was like, oh my God, somebody commented on the video. So I go back to the comments. And a guy just put a GIF up of a guy raising a trash can and going, and I was like, I got mad for a second, and I was like, what an asshole. Like, like somebody went out of their way. They like got the equipment. They made this thing. They wrote it. They bought the beat. They produced it. Like they did all this stuff, and like you probably listened to a minute, and it just was like, this is garbage. Next, and
Yeah.
but the thing is, at the end of the day, you still watched the video. I got a view off of you, whether you liked it or not.
Right.
You know, so it's more negative to them. It's worse for them because you're literally getting nothing of it. You listened to something, you didn't like it, you didn't enjoy it, and then you went and commented on it. So now it gets boosted up the comment chain.
And I will
Appreciate it.
Yeah, it's like, thanks, man. I appreciate it. I hope everyone hates my shit.
And I will say, if they did only watch a minute, that's a good thing because you rapped first, so they didn't get to my verse, so they hated your shit.
Exactly. I was the reason it was awful.
Yeah, that specific song. I got a couple more questions. I'll pass it to Ellie though if you got anything.
Oh, I thought you were gonna like do your questions, like you.
Yeah. If you got any questions, I got a couple left, but like if you want to interject and I have to ask him something, go for it.
So coming from Louisville all the way out to LA, which yikes, how did you not just hightail it back to Louisville? Like I live in LA County now and I fucking hate it down here. I'm from up north, obviously. But kudos to you for surviving. I mean, you could have just, I don't know how you didn't come to LA and then just roast the shit out of everybody here. It's so easy. I mean, did you get a lot of new material when you first came out here? Because some of these people are just so fucking nuts and like not in a good way. They're just like, I eat kale 3 times a day and I filter feed like a sponge and my baby only eats vegan carrots and whatever bullshit people have made up with that's on trend at the moment.
You went too
Carrots
far.
vegan?
The rule of threes in comedy. You went too far there.
What? Okay. Sorry, I wasn't trying to be funny. That's actually like what it is in LA. Ugh. But yeah, did you just get a bunch of new material?
Before we go forward, clarify whether it's Louisville or Louisville.
Louisville. Right?
Louisville.
Ah!
Who decided? Hold on, real quick. Who decided to say it that way?
Clearly, a guy named Louisville decided.
No, but I'm just saying it's just
named after like Louis the 14th.
Yeah, there you go.
It's just so condensed. It's like you barely even. It's such a lazy thing to say. You don't even have to move your mouth.
Okay. If I can interject, here's the thing about people in the South. They don't enunciate, and it's like words just kind of run together. My husband's from Louisiana. I went to school in Louisiana, but like, you know what I'm talking about, where it's just like one sentence is like just a bunch of words strung together. Like there's no spaces in between the words, and it's just like you get used to it after a while. It's just how people talk down there.
Yeah,
but it's the same here.
Thank you, Charles. You know what I'm talking. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Where it's just like it's all just like one run-on word, basically, but they said like 20 different things. Yeah,
but it's the same shit in New Jersey, though.
Yeah.
So you guys are just nuts. I mean,
no, but like, you know what the thing is? Here in New Jersey, there are just certain things that you say, and they don't get a response. Like when you walk past someone, you're like, "What's going on?"
Yeah,
like if somebody stopped you and was like, "Hey, let me talk to you about what's going on," you'd be offended. You'd be like, "Get the fuck out of my face!"
Because you guys are rude as fuck. That's why.
No, we just don't have time.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like a hello, like, "Hey, what's going on, man?" I didn't really ask you what's going on. Like, it's just me saying hi.
So, Charles,
hey, what's
that
going
being
on?
said,
Please don't talk to me.
Charles, that being said, have you ever done comedy in the Northeast? And is it something you want to do?
I haven't been there yet, but I would like to.
Hey, if you could, it's not
brutal.
If you can make it here, man, that's what they say, and it's true.
That's what I've heard.
That's where I got booed off stage. Everyone just hates each other. We hate tourists. Like, it's just horrible shit.
They're just a miserable.
Ellie asked.
Yeah, sorry, Ellie.
Oh yeah. So did you get a bunch of great
you lost
material?
me when you said Louisville. That was it. I was gone there.
Because I have a friend from there, and she sat with me for like 5 minutes. She's like, "No, say it correctly." I was like, "Okay." Louisville. I was like, "All right, okay, fuck, okay."
Some people take it really personal. I'm not one.
She took it very personally.
Oh, go on. Ellie, what was your actual question before Brian rudely interrupted you?
Yeah, because he doesn't know how to speak for whatever reason. Yeah, did you get any good material from all these whack jobs out in LA?
I didn't really get to do a lot of people watching for real, so I didn't
Damn it!
suck up as much as I would like to. But I mean, I
I'll
came
send
with
you
some
videos.
stuff for.
I'll send you videos.
Yeah, I came with some stuff for when I got out there, though.
Nice.
The one question I have, and I ask every comedian this: what's the worst crowds that you don't like? Like whether it's bachelor parties, bachelorette parties. I don't know. Some people just looking to come out for like a fucking drink that aren't really paying attention. Like, what's your least favorite crowds?
Surprise birthday parties.
Surprise ones. So like they just
That sounds terrible.
That does sound horrible.
That sounds fucking terrible.
It is. It's nobody's there for your jokes. It's usually ran by somebody who doesn't know anything about comedy, so it's just bad.
I got one that's even worse for you. An open mic at a restaurant with people not expecting comedy.
Been to plenty of those. Yeah, you
Talk
just
about
fucking up somebody's
gun in
dinner.
your mouth before you walk up.
Hey, buddy.
What?
Yeah, that's
I've never
tough.
seen that.
It's a thing
That's
that
not
happens,
real.
Open
What?
mics to the restaurants.
Yeah, that shit is 100% real.
Yeah.
And it's 100% disgustingly uncomfortable.
I
Because when they
just
cut,
leave.
this is the thing, when they cut the music down and then someone gets on a microphone and people are like eating and enjoying their time and having drinks and everything goes silent, they're like, what the fuck? And then they're like, hey, we're going to have a bunch of guys and girls that you don't know, you've never heard before. We're going to have them come up and tell shitty jokes for an hour. And you're like, wow, you just fucked my whole dinner up. So now go up against that crowd. But the thing is, if you can make that crowd laugh, you can turn any crowd.
And Brian will let us know when he does.
I'll let you know if it ever happens.
Boom, roasted.
It's really cool. All right, Charles. Where can we catch you though? Give us your plugs, your Instagram, and what you got coming up. So like the people who watch this could like go to your site and stuff.
You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter, Charles270. I have a Facebook page, Charles Moore Comedy, and my YouTube is Charles270 as well. I don't have anything coming up really.
Right.
If you're watching this, you can book me. I'm easily accessible.
Let's do it for a surprise birthday party.
Yeah, we'll send a surprise birthday party. Yeah.
I'll do another surprise birthday party if the money's right.
All right, Charles, last segment we got, and then we'll let you go because hey, you've been more than generous with your time here. We do a gun to your head. It's 2 questions each, and sometimes 1 if people don't come prepared. So 2 or 1, two or 1 questions each, and it's kind of a would you rather, but there's a little wordplay involved. It's not like Kentucky basketball or Duke basketball. It's not some shit like that. It's got a little wordplay involved, so you'll understand what.
Wait, time out. Louisville or UK for basketball? Oh.
He's got something.
One moment, please.
Uh-oh.
He just never comes back.
Yeah, way to go, Scott.
He's done.
He's like, fuck these guys, I'm out.
He puts on like a Speedo of Louis.
Yeah, like a flag or something. Wears it as a cape. Or it's going to be neither of those schools, and it's going to say like Cal or something.
Morehead State.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Oh.
By the way, rest in peace to Terrence Clark.
That's crazy. 19 years old.
Yeah.
19 years old, man. That's horrible. He's gonna get
Just
drafted.
sounds an agent. It's terrible, man.
Right, brutal. All right, so you have to pick a winner after you answer these questions, though, okay? So your favorite question you have to pick, and we do keep pretty much a score. I don't. It doesn't matter to me.
You do, but all
I
right.
do not. I'm the most humble person. So we're going to go around. I will start. All right, you ready?
Mr. Humble will go first.
Yeah. So, would you rather never see Kentucky again or change your name to Kenneth Tucky?
Oh, yeah. Come back.
Never see Kentucky again.
Okay.
I'd rather have my name, yeah.
Not a fan of Kentucky. Brian, go.
It's so hard to follow now.
Very hard. That's why I went first.
All
I had
right.
a joke about that name actually, Kentucky. Like I was making fun of Flo Rida. I could be an awful rapper named Kentucky.
That's
Do
funny.
it.
That's actually a great gimmick.
Yeah.
I mean, it worked for Flo Rida.
Yeah, Florida. Yeah, Florida fucking owned it. You should do it, Kentucky.
California.
Never mind.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. You got now. This little bit of wordplay on this one.
All right.
Would you rather have to pay top price for everything or wear a toupee?
I'm open to wearing a toupee. Like, yeah,
All right. It didn't
my
land.
hairline's going in the middle. I'm good. I'd wear that.
Yeah.
Fucking comedy in a restaurant.
Ellie, you got one or no? Right.
Oh, okay, yeah, I got one. Okay. Would you rather go up on stage and have all your teeth fall out or pee your pants?
That's kind of wild.
I would
Wild card.
Uh,
gotta go to the dentist, get all those teeth put back in.
all of
That's
my
very
teeth falling out
expensive.
at one time. That'd be a.
Like, yeah, you go to
That
like
would at
say
least
something
be
in the
funny.
mic, teeth out. Just like, goodbye.
I didn't know my teeth could do that, but that would be hilarious. I could probably play that off better than pissing my pants on stage.
If you could talk afterwards.
Yeah.
All right,
I can
last
gum
one.
through
for me.
these jokes.
Would you rather get hit once with a Louisville Slugger or eat 100 slugs in Louisville?
Hit where?
In the
Yeah,
kneecap.
and how hard?
As hard as in the kneecap by Mark McGuire.
An aluminum bat by Mark McGuire. It blasts his knee off.
Yeah, all right, you sadist. Jesus.
And my knees
Mark.
are already terrible. I'll take the slugs.
Hey Mark, what are you doing this Saturday? I need you
But
to,
Mark McGuire could maybe fix it for you by just bashing the shit out of it.
I need-
That might fix it.
I need you to wallop some guy in the kneecap while his teeth fall out on stage.
No one's seen Mark McGuire in 20 years. He's just been doing steroids, eating Big Macs. Just
Waiting for this day.
He's waiting for this day.
Like the bat phone, the Mark McGuire phone sitting, you're just waiting for it to ring. Like, ring,
it's
damn
a Big
it.
Mac in the sky.
I knew this day I'd get the call. All right, Brian, last one.
All right. Would you rather be labeled as intense or live intense?
That's a good one, Brian.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Swing and a miss on the first, but right out of the park, Scott.
This is a tough one. Don't forget Kentucky.
I'd rather be intense. Be known as intense. I like living inside. So
Oh, you got a
That
last
is
one?
great. No.
All right.
Can't follow that.
All right.
No, but shut up.
Listen, there are some good ones here. Now you got to pick a winner. What was your favorite question?
man, Brian came to the end with the intense one. I wasn't expecting to laugh like that when you got me.
It bothers me so much because I feel like if I went last, that might have been my best 2-question combo of all time. That might have been.
And it really says something that you lost.
Yeah, no, that's upsetting. This is an
The
eye opener.
Kentucky one, that was a good one as well.
Yeah, no,
Got me with that one,
Charles, this is an eye opener. Like, this is a real eye opener. I mean, like, I need to evaluate here because
You've lost like 4 in a row at this point, which is amazing.
whatever. Like you won once, and
I've won twice.
No, you didn't. You was default because you had a dog with you. The guy gave
Okay,
you a
actually,
victory.
with default, that was
Hold
3
on.
then.
Ellie has a more recent win than you do.
Well, it depends. We don't post these in order, so nobody ever knows.
Yeah, nobody knows.
I usually just edit them out, Charles, so it makes it look like I win every time.
Yeah,
too.
it's
You win
rigged.
in
The
the end.
system.
Hey,
Stop the steal. Stop the
Charles,
steal.
thanks a lot for coming on, man. We'll keep in touch. You have our Instagram, you have our Twitter. If you're ever out on the East Coast, definitely let us know, man. We'll definitely come see you. Thanks a lot.
Of course.
Enjoy your night, man.
Yes, if you're
Once
back in
again,
LA, let me know, and I'll take you to all the crackhead spots, and we'll get great material.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Hey, Charles, when you're out in LA, let me know so I can bring you to everywhere dangerous. Yeah, I'm on it.
I want to see when they do Snowfall. Yes.
Yeah, we'll do Skid Row. I mean, shit, we'll do Venice Beach. I mean, there's all kinds of nasty places to go.
Reenact The Rock. It'll be a great movie. You know,
I did see one of those big tent. It was like, oh, those are real. Okay.
Oh, 100. Oh shit.
Yeah.
I mean, we can go like 10 minutes from my house. Like, what are you talking about? Like,